Hey YouTube, John here. So if I keep looking around, forgive me, it's because I'm in a really bad part of the national forest here because of the homeless. Anyway, I wanted to weigh in on this whole protesting and police violence thing and all that sort of stuff. Uh, I mean, obviously what happened to George Floyd was a real tragedy. Uh, you wouldn't wish that upon anybody. But how do you resolve that? Or what's the solution? And I don't know what the grand solution is, but I got a couple ideas. Starting with the Bush administration, the second Bush administration actually, and extending into the Obama administration, what we saw was that surplus equipment coming back from Afghanistan and Iraq, instead of being cut up and turned back into beer cans or something, or sold via like army surplus stores, what happened was that equipment was first offered up to municipalities. And so what happened as a result is that a lot of police departments were able to get a lot of really weird military grade equipment, literally military grade equipment, uh, armored personnel carriers, M4 automatic weapons, uh, body armor, Kevlar helmets, stuff like that. Uh, I think one of the first things to do is to demilitarize the police force and just get them back to just being regular police. Uh, if you have a SWAT department, then maybe they need to throttle back a little too, but they don't need to basically go around like some sort of black ops team. Um, that doesn't seem really neighborly. That's my second point, being neighborly. When I was growing up, we had a couple of cops who lived in the neighborhood, and they'd stop and roll down the window and chat with us kids as we were out there playing kickball and stuff, and ask us if we were getting out of trouble and things of this nature. And I think you need more of that. You need the police who work in a municipality to actually live in a municipality. And I say that, and a lot of people are going to be like, yeah, that's an obvious. But the fact of the matter is, that is actually a rare exception for a cop to live basically where he patrols. And you don't see much of that anymore. And I think that's important. I think that brings back a sense of community. And, if nothing else, allows the neighborhood to know the cop and allows the cop to know the neighborhood even on a first name basis. So that's two. Now, what's the third one? I think the third one is an easy fix right now, and that is that every cop should have a body camera, uh, and that camera should be set up so that it is always running during the cop's shift, so the cop can't turn it off because we hear stories about that. During a critical time in a situation, the microphone is muted or the camera was turned off. I think that's bullshit. I don't think they should be able to do that. I think that camera should run for 8 hours, and when you're in the car, I think your camera should be uploading to a hard drive that's locked in the glove compartment or in the trunk that the cop doesn't have access to. And I think that that video and that all that audio should be a public record, and I mean certainly the public's paying for it, and it should be permanent. Something that if you need to go back and review a video from years ago, it should be readily available. And if a cop turns off uh, his camera or covers it up or otherwise messes with it, it should be the same sort of idea as if I tampered with evidence. You know, that should be no joking matter. And I think if you did those three things, you might be onto something. Again, demilitarize the police, have the police live where they work, and body cameras for everybody, no exception. So there. If you have any thoughts or comments, please leave them down below, and we'll talk to you later. John out.